guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking all about how to remove hard water buildup from your skin and hair. If you are one of the unfortunate to live in an area with hard water, you know that it can irritate your skin and also make your hair more brittle, prone to breakage and tangling. Hard water is really common in the US. About 85% of Americans deal with hard water. Hard water has minerals in it like calcium and magnesium. It leaves this horrible white thick gunk on your faucets, your drains. A quick way to know if you have hard water is to take a clear bottle that has a cap on it, fill it a third of the way full with tap water. Then you want to add a few drops of a soap that doesn't have any detergents, dyes, or fragrance in it. Put the cap on, shake the bottle vigorously for about 30 seconds. If you are one of the lucky few out there, the 15% at least in the US, that lives somewhere with soft water, well, after you shake it up, that water should be clear. But if you live somewhere with hard water, you're gonna notice it's cloudy in appearance. So that is a quick way to assess if you have hard water. Tip number one is to consider investing in a water softener. You can get one for your whole home. It is quite an upfront cost, but this not only will help with your bathing and cleansing habits, it will help cut down on that gunky stuff that builds up around your drains. You can also get water softeners that you just install on like your shower head. Tip number two, go sulfate free. Yes, I know I have videos talking about how sulfates aren't the devil. They certainly are not. But when it comes to hard water, they can be an issue because the minerals in the hard water interact with the sulfates and basically form soap scum on the surface of your skin and your hair, and that leads to that buildup. If you have eczema, this is particularly problematic because that detergent residue on the skin leads to a lot of irritation and increase in transepidermal water loss. The incidence of eczema is actually correlated with associated with living in an area of hard water, and it's thought that perhaps bathing in hard water may be an inciting event for the onset of eczema in young children. Anyways, I digress. So yeah, it's really drying on the skin, and it's the interaction with those minerals and the sulfates in your body washes, cleansers that lead to that. Not only that, your shampoo, you wanna make sure is sulfate free because that film is gonna cause brittleness on the hair strands and also affect the skin of the scalp, leading to dryness, irritation, itch, scalp bumps. But whether or not you have eczema, it's still gonna affect your skin, especially in the colder winter months when our skin is already more susceptible to losing water. Soap scum residue on there, mucking up the health of the moisture barrier. So switch to sulfate-free body washes and shampoo. When you bathe, make sure that you're using cool water, not extremely hot. The combination of hot water plus this film forming on the skin is really going to aggravate dry skin and irritation, and also is going to aggravate any brittleness in the hair. Keep the shower short, no more than 10 minutes. And I suggest when it comes to your hair, since if you've got long hair, then it takes a little bit of time to rinse out the shampoo. So try washing your hair in the sink, because then you're not exposing your whole body to the hard water, and that way you can take your time to rinse out the shampoo efficiently, because that feeds into my next tip, and that is be conservative with the volume of shampoo or body wash that you are using. One of the things that people don't realize is that when you have hard water, cleansers and shampoos, they don't lather as much. Unfortunately, this ends up being a situation where you're not really getting as efficient cleansing. But the solution is not use more cleanser, use more shampoo, because that ends up with more residue on the skin that dries it out and causes irritation. In the case of the hair, if you've ever used too much shampoo, it can be very difficult to rinse out. So now you've got not only the soap scum issue going on with your hair and your scalp, but you've also got leftover shampoo that's going to irritate your scalp. Make sure you're being conservative. And I always encourage people when it comes to body wash to only use it in areas that are visibly soiled or the skin folds. If you've got hard water, cut your losses. Don't soap up your back, your extremities, like your legs, for example. Unless there's dirt there. Now, because hard water is leaving this kind of filmy residue behind on the skin, it's not effectively cleansing your skin, and that can not only lead to irritation just from that residue left behind, but also can cause problems for your skincare products not working well, and then you've got maybe leftover cosmetic residue on the skin. I suggest doing a double cleanse in which you first use an oil base cleanser to break up the makeup sunscreen film, or you could use a micellar water. That is another option. That way you are not relying on your hard water to do the bulk of dissolution of cosmetics, dirt, sebum buildup on the skin. Water alone doesn't really efficiently cleanse that off because you need something to grab onto the oily stuff. And that's wherein cleansers come in. But if you're dealing with a hard water, then you're gonna run into that issue of the soap scum thing. So do a double cleanse. I know it's like, wait, you said be conservative with cleanser, and now you're telling us to use 2 cleansers back to back, what? But yeah, I mean, the whole point of double cleansing is actually to use an oil that does a lot of the work that you end up doing with cleanser to kind of cut down on the amount of time that you're exposing your skin to both water and cleanser. If cleansing oils are not your jam, try a cleansing balm, cold cream. These are all good options. So do that up front out of the shower. You can also do this for the body. Like maybe you've been working out in the yard, raking leaves or something, and you have a lot of dirt, actual dirt on the surface of the skin. You can take an oil cleanser and massage it on the skin to help break that up and get it, you know, to where it's gonna rinse off more easily when you get in the shower, cutting down on the amount of time that you have to expose your skin to actual cleanser or to water So try that if you've got dirt or, you know, water resistant sunscreen. It's helpful to use an oil-based cleanser to break that up. All right, let's talk about your hair, because hard water really does impact the hair strands. That film, it makes the surface of the hair ruffled, and that leads to tangling and breakage. And it also just makes your hair look kind of like it's got a buildup on it. So what do? I would suggest using a conditioning mask a few times a week to minimize the dryness and the breakage. I really have been enjoying the Biolage hair balm. I think that's really good. I have very hard water, and I really noticed an improvement in my hair with that. And I also really love the Function of Beauty hair mask. Use a conditioning hair balm or hair mask, and of course use conditioner as well on a daily basis to cut down on that brittle breakage. Hard water can make your hair look brassy if you've got blonde or red hair, and if you color your hair, it makes the hair color not last very long. Shampoos that I suggest if you live somewhere with hard water, ingredients you want to look for are some sort of acid, like glycolic acid. That will actually help in preventing the deposition of those minerals on the hair, that soap scum on the hair. I also suggest looking for shampoos that have something called EDTA in them, because that will help bind up those minerals. What about removing the buildup from the hair? Well, shampoos that are marketed as clarifying can kind of help with that, but those shampoos mostly act to remove product buildup. Shampoo ingredients that may also help include things that are like clay-based, kaolin, or even charcoal may help to bind up some of those deposits on the hair. One shampoo that I suggest trying out if you live somewhere with hard water, especially if you have blonde hair and you find that the hard water is affecting your hair color, or you get your hair color treated, is by Living Proof. It's their triple detox shampoo. This particular shampoo not only has the EDTA in it, but it also has charcoal, which will kind of help to absorb some of that residue on the hair. Now, if you have a dry hair type, Aqui has a rebalancing hair wash. It has glycolic acid, so that's gonna help prevent the formation of that soap scum on the hair, leave your hair more manageable. So that's a good shampoo. What about body washes? Body washes that have EDTA in them, likewise, may be a good idea. Again, I encourage you to go sulfate free if you live somewhere with hard water. When it comes to the body wash that you use, try using one of those gentle baby washes. Like Eucerin makes one. They're meant for baby skin. They're very, very mild, very gentle. Likewise, I mentioned using a hair balm or hair mask for your hair. Make sure you're moisturizing after the shower. I know there's always some, question, well, if you've got this film of soap scum on the skin and then you go putting moisturizer on, isn't that going to aggravate it further? It really shouldn't. And what the moisturizer is achieving is cutting down on the transepidermal water loss that increases after bathing and is even more of an issue if you're bathing in hard water because it does disrupt the lipid membrane. All right, guys, those are my tips for hard water. Comment below if you are the fortunate 15% of Americans that don't live somewhere with hard water. I hear Mississippi has soft water, but if you have ever been to Florida, oh my gosh, Florida has the hardest water. But anytime I go to Florida, oh my gosh, I don't know, it's probably the combination of the hard water there. Plus I'm always in a hotel or something when I travel to Florida, and you know, you've got hotel soap and the linens are always washed in borax or something that makes them very abrasive. So it's probably a combination of hotel situation plus hard water. But yeah, the water in Florida I could never handle. But let me know if you live somewhere without hard water. And I know a lot of you guys in the UK who follow me, you have commented that you have very hard water as well. I want to show off my new bracelet and necklace. I bought these. You guys know, if you don't know, I like to watch Miss Gold Girl, Marnie Goldberg. And she had this on, and an influencer that I follow, Nashville Tash, actually, I think designed this in collaboration with Accessory Concierge, which is where this is from. And I just think it's pretty. It matches my Coolie Bar cover up. And it's got a nice like gold latch. It's not too heavy either. And then I got the matching bracelet. Isn't that pretty? You guys know I love my jewelry. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful to you all who live somewhere with hard water. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.